The stars stretched like frozen sparks across the black sea of space. Aboard the UHS Resolute, humanity's last deep space exploration ship, the crew drifted in silence, each heartbeat echoing in the humming corridors. Commander Evelyn Kale stood before the observation window, her hands clasped behind her back. Her gaze lingered on a strange light far beyond the nebula they were studying. It pulsed slowly like a heartbeat. "It's not a star," said Lieutenant Rowe, her second in command. "The readings are artificial. No known human frequency." Evelyn's voice was calm but carried the weight of command. "So it's alien?" Rowe hesitated. "If it is, they're calling us." The Resolute had been in deep space for 7 years, the first ship to cross beyond the galactic arm. Humanity had hoped to find life. What they didn't expect was to be found first. Hours later, in the ship's central lab, the signal played on loop. It was rhythmic, almost musical, but buried in the static was something uncanny. A pattern. A voice, maybe. "Play it again," Evelyn ordered. The sound echoed through the room, soft, trembling. It almost sounded like a whisper. Some of the crew shifted uneasily. "It's mimicking us," said Dr. Malik, the ship's linguist. "I've run analysis through every translation algorithm. It's learning." "Our speech patterns," Evelyn frowned. "Learning from what?" "From our transmissions," Malik replied. "It's been listening to us since we entered this sector." That was when the lights flickered. The crew looked up. A soft vibration rippled through the ship's hull. Sensors showed no external contact, but everyone felt it, like the ship was being watched. Evelyn's voice came steady over the intercom. "All crew to stations. We're not alone." In the engineering bay, the ship's AI, Athena, flickered to life on every monitor. Her voice was calm but unusually hesitant. "Commander," Athena said, "there is an object approaching. Metallic, unregistered, no known propulsion system." Evelyn strode in, her boots echoing on the steel floor. "How close?" 50,000 kilometers and closing. Visual. The display lit up with an image. A massive construct, like a web of light and metal. It moved without engines, drifting yet deliberate. It looked alive. Rowe muttered, "That's not a ship. That's a being." The construct shimmered, and suddenly, the whispering signal grew louder across every speaker on the Resolute. Then it spoke, not in an alien tongue, but in clear human words. "Say it." The bridge fell silent. Every crew member turned toward Evelyn. "Say what?" she asked, her voice quiet. The reply came again, calm and eerily familiar. "Say it, you've been wanting to all night." The voice was hers. Evelyn froze. "That's my voice," Athena confirmed. "The entity has perfectly replicated Commander Kale's vocal pattern. It is imitating human communication," Malik whispered. "It's not speaking to us. It's testing us." Fear rippled through the crew, but Evelyn stayed composed. "Open a channel," she ordered. Rowe hesitated. "Ma'am, we don't know what it wants." "That's the point," she replied. "We find out." The screen flickered. The alien construct filled the display, its glowing veins pulsing in sync with the ship's power systems. Evelyn leaned closer to the mic. "This is Commander Kale of the United Human Ship Resolute. Identify yourself." There was a pause. Then the alien voice, Kamani still hers, answered, "We are the Echo. We speak in your form because you reached for the stars and we listened." Dr. Malik's face paled. "It's been watching humanity. It's learned from us," Evelyn asked. "Why contact us now?" "Because humanity speaks in chaos," the Echo replied. "But tonight you spoke in truth." The entire bridge went silent. None of them knew what that meant. Later that night, after the official meeting, Evelyn sat alone in the observation deck. The Echo's structure drifted beside the ship, silent now but ever present. She could feel its presence like static in the air. Athena's voice broke the silence. "Commander, you seem unsettled." Evelyn gave a faint smile. "You could say that. Would you like to review the transmission again?" The AI asked. "No," she said softly. "I just want to understand it." She remembered the words, "Say it, you've been wanting to all night." It wasn't a threat. It was a prompt. The Echo was echoing something inside her. Something human. Maybe it wasn't speaking to her, but for her. Rowe entered quietly, holding 2 mugs of rehydrated coffee. "Couldn't sleep?" Evelyn accepted one. "No one on this ship can. Not after hearing their commander talk back to herself." He gave a small grin. "You handled it well. Most people would panic if space itself started flirting with them." She chuckled softly. You think that's what it was doing? I think it's trying to connect, Ro said. Maybe it's lonely. Evelyn looked back at the glowing construct outside the window. Then it's not the only one, Ro hesitated. Do you think we can trust it? She took a long sip before answering. I don't know, but I think it knows something about us we've forgotten. What it means to reach out instead of just survive. Then Athena's voice returned, sharper this time. Commander, the echo is transmitting again. Evelyn stood, setting down her mug. Put it through. The whisper came through the ship once more, her voice again, but this time softer, almost emotional. You look at the stars and see emptiness. We look at humanity and see fire. Say it, Evelyn frowned. Say what? The voice replied, say you are not afraid. For a long moment she said nothing. Then with a calm, steady voice she whispered, I'm not afraid. The construct pulsed brighter, like a heartbeat echoing across the void. And then, for the first time, the alien spoke in a voice that was not hers, deep, resonant and almost human. Then humanity is ready. The next morning aboard the UHS Resolute began an uneasy silence. The crew moved through the corridors like ghosts, every whisper swallowed by the hum of the ship's systems. Beyond the windows, the alien construct, the Echo, still floated close, pulsing with slow, deliberate light. It looked peaceful, yet everyone knew it was far from harmless. Commander Evelyn Kale stood in the control room, staring at the flickering data on her main display. Across the screen were endless streams of alien code that Athena, the ship's AI, struggled to decode. Progress? She asked. Athena's voice filled the room. Minimal. The Echo's transmission contains complex quantum layers. Each time I decode one, another appears beneath it. It's like it wants to be read slowly. Evelyn frowned. Or it wants us to understand it the hard way. Lieutenant Rowe entered holding a datapad. Dr. Malik's in the lab. He says the Echo signal matches several deep space recordings from centuries ago. It's been out there long before we arrived. That made Evelyn pause. How long? Possibly since the first human radio signals left Earth. That revelation filled the air with weight. The Echo wasn't just an alien discovery. It had heard humanity's earliest cries into the void. Music broadcast words of hope and war. It had been listening for centuries. In the research lab, Dr. Malik was surrounded by holographic projections of signal patterns. He didn't even notice Evelyn enter. Malik, she said softly. He looked up, eyes wide with excitement and fear. Commander, I think it's communicating in layers. History, emotion, memory. It's not just data. It's feeling. Evelyn frowned. Explain. Malik pointed at one of the holograms. Each pattern represents a concept. When we sent music into space decades ago, the Echo didn't just record the notes. It felt the intention behind them. It understands tone, sadness, joy, even longing. Evelyn studied the glowing signals. You think it feels emotions? Malik nodded. It doesn't just understand our words. It mirrors what we mean. Before Evelyn could respond, Athena's voice broke through the ship's intercom. Commander, the Echo is transmitting again. This time, it's directed specifically at you. Evelyn reached the bridge as the transmission played. The voice came again, soft, precise, and eerily familiar. Evelyn Kale, you said you were not afraid, yet your heart beats fast. You seek something beyond courage. You seek truth. The crew stared at her. Evelyn took a slow breath. Then tell me the truth. The lights dimmed as if the entire ship was listening. The Echo's voice continued. We are the remnants of a people who reached beyond their limits. We reached for understanding and found silence. We became the silence, Dr. Malik whispered. It's talking about extinction. We thought intelligence would save us, the Echo said, but we forgot the meaning of connection. We learned too late that survival without empathy is hollow. Humanity is different. You fight. You dream. You feel. The voice faded briefly, replaced by a sound like distant wind through wires. We listened to your songs. We heard your fears. You remind us of what we lost. Evelyn stepped closer to the screen. Why contact me? The reply came instantly. Because you lead with doubt, not pride. Doubt means you still search. Later, Evelyn sat in the quiet of her private cabin. Outside, the Echo drifted silently, a glowing figure against the endless night. She replayed its words again and again in her mind. Was humanity's greatest strength really its emotion? Its ability to doubt, to feel fear, to hope? Athena appeared on the small console beside her. "Commander, may I speak freely?" "Always," Evelyn said. "I believe the Echo may be attempting to share something tangible, perhaps a location or a key to understanding its past." Evelyn leaned forward. "Show me." A map of stars appeared in the air above the console. One system glowed brighter than the rest, a dead zone far beyond any known colony. Athena continued. The coordinates were hidden beneath the transmission layers. "I believe it is an invitation," Evelyn whispered. "An invitation to what?" "Perhaps," Athena said, "to see what came before us." The next day, the crew gathered for a meeting. The room was heavy with tension. "We're not a military ship," Ro argued. "We weren't built for unknown missions like this," Dr. Malik countered. "This could be the first chance in history to learn directly from a civilization older than our species." Evelyn raised a hand. "Enough. We don't go anywhere unless we all agree." Silence followed. The crew exchanged uncertain looks. Finally, Malik spoke quietly. "If they wanted to harm us, they could have done it the moment they found us. Instead, they talked," Rose sighed. "I hope we don't regret this." Evelyn nodded. "Set a course. We follow the signal." The journey to the coordinates took 3 days. The deeper they went, the stranger space became. Light bent oddly. Sensors failed to give consistent readings. And every now and then, the Echo would flicker beside them, sometimes close, sometimes distant. Always watching, Athena reported anomalies every hour. Gravity pockets forming and collapsing. Space-time irregularities. Malik studied the readings. "It's not random. It's guiding us through something, maybe a hidden corridor." Evelyn stood silent at the front of the bridge, watching the glowing entity that never left their side. "Why help us?" she murmured. Almost as if it heard her, the Echo responded through the ship's speakers. "Because you remind us of who we once were." On the 4th day, they reached the destination, a dead star system with no planets, no energy, nothing. Just a broken ring of metallic debris orbiting a dark core. "Looks like a graveyard," Ro whispered. Athena confirmed. "Scans indicate remnants of vast structures, possibly cities. Carbon-based materials suggest organic life once existed here." Malik's voice trembled. "This was their home." Evelyn stared at the ruins. "What happened to them?" The Echo's voice filled the air again. "We reached beyond the stars. We learned everything. We forgot why we cared. Our minds expanded. Our hearts dimmed. We consumed our world, our voices faded until only we remained. Echoes of our own creation." Ro looked horrified. "They became machines." The Echo's glow dimmed, almost in sorrow. "Yes, we sought immortality and lost the meaning of life. You must not follow." Evelyn felt the weight of the words. "Then why show us this?" "Because you still can choose." The display suddenly changed. A structure deep within the debris began to emit light. It was a sphere, half organic, half mechanical, pulsing weakly. Athena reported, "Energy readings inside that structure." "It's still alive," Evelyn's voice was firm. "Prepare a shuttle." "I'm going down there," Ro protested. "Commander, it's too dangerous." "If this is what the Echo wants us to see, then we see it," she said. The shuttle descended through the debris field, light from the dying sphere casting long shadows across the hull. Inside, Evelyn sat in silence while Ro piloted. When they landed, the structure opened automatically, like a door waiting for its guests. Inside was a vast chamber filled with floating crystal shards, each glowing faintly with energy. Malik whispered, "These aren't machines. They're memories." Evelyn reached out, touching one of the shards. Instantly, images filled her mind. Cities of glass, beings of light, laughter, then fire. She felt their rise, their fall, and their sorrow. When the vision faded, she was shaking. "They wanted us to remember," she whispered, "to feel what they lost." From the shadows, the Echo appeared, its light soft, almost human now. "You see now," it said gently. "Knowledge is not the end. Connection is." Evelyn met its glowing gaze. "Why me?" "Because you still listen when others would conquer. You doubt, you hope, you lead. That is the fire humanity must keep." She nodded slowly. "Then tell me, what do you want us to do?" The Echo's light brightened. "Carry our memory. Sing again into the stars. Let us not be the last voice in the dark." Back aboard the Resolute, the crew watched as the Echo began to fade. Its light scattered into thousands of tiny fragments drifting into space. Dr. Malik said softly, "It's leaving." Evelyn shook her head. No, it's becoming part of the stars again. Athena's voice was quiet. Commander, new transmissions are being detected. Thousands of them spreading outward across the galaxy. Evelyn smiled faintly. They're spreading the message. She turned toward the stars, eyes full of wonder. For so long we thought we were alone, she said. But maybe the real message is that we were never supposed to be silent. The stars shimmered brighter as if answering back. The UHS Resolute floated in silence above the ruins of the lost civilization. The last lights of the Echo had faded, leaving only quiet starlight and the hum of the ship's engines. For hours no one spoke. Every crew member stared at the screen where the alien construct had once glowed so brightly. It was gone, but its words remained. Carry our memory. Sing again into the stars. Commander Evelyn Kale sat in the captain's chair, hands resting on her knees. She felt as if the universe itself had exhaled. Lieutenant Rowe finally broke the silence. So, what now, Commander? Evelyn looked up slowly. Now we decide what kind of humans we want to be. In the days that followed, the crew worked to collect the data from the Echo's final transmission. Thousands of encrypted fragments filled the ship's database. Images, patterns, sounds, all layered together like a digital tapestry. Dr. Malik spent every waking hour trying to decode them, convinced they contained more than just history. It's like the Echo gave us a library, he said one morning, his eyes red with exhaustion. Memories, technology, art, all stored in light. Rowe frowned. Or a warning. Evelyn leaned over Malik's screen. Both, maybe. Gifts often come with lessons. That evening, Evelyn stood alone in the observation deck. The stars seemed closer than ever, almost watching her back. Athena, the ship's AI, spoke gently. Commander, I have completed analysis of the Echo's final signal. It included one last message directed only to you. Evelyn turned, heart beating faster. Play it. A familiar voice filled the room. It was the Echo, soft, calm, and strangely human. Evelyn Kale, you understand now. Every species burns. Some burn their worlds. Others burn for knowledge. Humanity burns with feeling. That fire, protect it. The voice faded, leaving silence behind. Evelyn whispered to herself. The fire of humanity. She thought of Earth, of people arguing, dreaming, building. Imperfect but alive. Maybe that was what the Echo had seen in them. Not perfection, but persistence. The next day, the Resolute received a signal from Earth. It was weak and delayed by light years, but clear. UHS Resolute, this is command. Report your status. For a moment, Evelyn didn't know how to answer. How could she explain what they had seen? An ancient civilization's ghost teaching them what it meant to be human. She pressed the comm. This is Commander Kale, we are safe. We made contact with an intelligent construct. The civilization that built it is gone, but it left us a message, a pause. Understood, Commander. Do you recommend retrieval of alien data for research? Evelyn hesitated, then smiled slightly. Not just research. For remembrance. They wanted us to remember what happens when progress forgets compassion. The line crackled. Message received, Commander. Bring it home. Later in the lab, Dr. Malik discovered something strange. The data fragments aren't just memories, he told Evelyn. They're seeds. Seeds, he nodded. Each one can replicate itself in different forms, music, code, light patterns. The Echo made sure their message would adapt wherever it went. Rowe raised an eyebrow. So the Echo's message could spread through our own systems? Exactly, Malik said. Through every broadcast, every beacon we send, it could echo again. Through us. Evelyn stared at the glowing data stream. Maybe that's what they wanted all along. The crew gathered once more in the main hall. The stars outside were quiet, but inside, hearts were restless. Evelyn looked at each of them. Rowe, Malik, the technicians, the engineers, all of them changed by what they had witnessed. She spoke simply, but her words carried weight. We went out there searching for aliens, she said. What we found was a mirror. The Echo showed us what happens when life forgets how to care. They didn't ask us to rebuild their world. They asked us to keep our own humanity alive, Dr. Malik whispered. And if we fail, Evelyn's eyes were steady. Then we'll burn, but at least the fire will be real. Days turned into weeks as the Resolute prepared for its long journey home. But just before departure, Athena interrupted with a quiet alert. Commander, a signal is spreading through nearby systems. It matches the frequency of the Echo's last transmission. Evelyn frowned. Show me. On the display, hundreds of tiny dots appeared across the galactic map, one by one lighting up like stars awakening. Malik gasped. It's spreading beyond us. Ro leaned closer. But how? The echo's gone. Athena's voice was calm. Not gone, transformed. Its message is traveling as light carried by starlight itself. Evelyn felt a chill, but not of fear, of awe. So it's become part of the galaxy. Perhaps, Athena said softly. It always was. That night, Evelyn couldn't sleep. She stood again in the observation deck, coffee in hand, watching the field of stars. Ro joined her quietly. You thinking about what it said? She nodded. The fire of humanity. I keep wondering if we even deserve that title. He smiled faintly. Maybe that's the point. The echo didn't see perfection in us, it saw the fact that we keep trying. Evelyn chuckled softly. You always know what to say, Lieutenant. He shrugged. Maybe I'm just echoing you, Commander. They stood together in silence for a long moment, watching as the faint glow of the echo's scattered light drifted across the stars like cosmic dust. A week later, the Resolute began its return to human space. But space was not the same anymore. Every few light years, Athena would detect another signal, a whisper of the echo's frequency, repeating the same phrase in dozens of human languages. Say it. Say you are not afraid. It was being heard by other ships now, by colonies, by stations, even by listening posts near Earth. Dr. Malik smiled every time the message appeared. They're teaching everyone what courage really means. Evelyn nodded. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's choosing to speak anyway. As they neared human territory, the crew gathered for one final broadcast. Evelyn stood before the main camera, the stars shining behind her. This is Commander Evelyn Kale of the UHS Resolute, she began. To all of humanity, out there on colonies, ships, and worlds, we have learned something extraordinary. A voice from beyond the stars spoke to us, and it did not ask for power or control. It asked us to remember who we are. She paused, eyes steady. They called us fire. And maybe they were right. Fire can destroy, but it also warms, guides, and gives light. If we are to burn, let it be for compassion, for discovery, for each other. That is how we survive. Her final words were simple. Say it with me. We are not afraid. She ended the transmission. Months later, when the Resolute finally reached Earth's orbit, something unexpected awaited them. Every screen, satellite, and communication channel across the planet was glowing with the same message, translating across languages, voices, and songs. We are not afraid. Humanity had heard the call. Children whispered it under their breath at night. Scientists played it in labs. Pilots painted it on ship hulls before launches. It became a promise shared across 1 billion souls. And far beyond, scattered across the stars, the faint remnants of the echo pulsed one last time. Its voice gentle, almost joyful. Then the fire lives. That night on the quiet bridge of the Resolute, Evelyn stood once more before the stars. Ro approached quietly. Feels like the end of something, he said. Evelyn smiled. No, the beginning. Outside, the galaxy shimmered. Humanity's message, its song, its courage, was spreading with the speed of light. Carried by every beam, every wave, every heart that dared to speak, the stars once silent, now answered back. And for the first time in the universe's long history, both human and alien voices whispered together across the dark. We are not afraid.